Alright, welcome back to the RC barn. Happy to have you here. Today, I know you guys, some of you guys have said I'm tired of you jumping around on projects, but we're going to jump around today. I got a new project in the shop that I got to put an expedited repair on. It is a buddy of mine that crashed this plane, and we did some wheeling and dealing, and I got another plane in the mix, but I want to get this thing repaired so I can get it out of here because frankly I'm out of room. So I'll show you what we got going on here, and let's get started on these repairs. So we have a Hanger 9 Ultra Stick. As you can see, she's kind of rough. We got breakage here in the firewall. Front end's broke, landing gear's ripped out. The tail ain't doing the tail things here. I think the only thing holding that on is the control rods. We have a broken mount here, for the wing dowels to go through, so we got to do some repair there. So what's the biggest thing here? Let's get over to this tail section. That's where I'm going to start. So anyways, we're just going to get started with taking this apart, seeing where the damage is at. See what we got to repair to get it back straight. I guess the reason for the crash was he had the aileron servos reversed, and he took off and it got away from him, and this was the end result. Of course, you can't get these planes anymore. Come on, up. Kind of got a glimpse of it there. So this is the newer version, this is the older version. The wing is a little different, it's a little wider, so we do got to make some repairs, or make the wing mount fit the new wing. But when I checked the date on this wing, when he ordered it, it was back in 2019. So, you're talking 5 years that this thing's been sitting around and collecting dust. So, at least he had a new wing, because he did send me the old wing, and that's just, it's in like 3 different pieces. So, at least we got this going for it. So we're gonna recover the fuse and the tail surfaces to more be in line with the new wing that we're putting it in, so it looks more complete. So all this has got to come off. We got some breakage going on up here, and there's not much holding this on, but we're going to leave it there, so we got a reference point as to how much wider to make the new piece. We'll worry about that later. We are going to be focused on the tail. You can see in here, that wasn't glued on very well from the factory. Won't hurt nothing. Okay, as far as the tail goes, this fits up in here like this. So we need to separate this. We're going to lose the weights, the tail weight that was on here. I really want to try to separate this off of the elevator as much as I can, because we'll probably end up replacing this whole piece. Hopefully for our sake it ain't glued in too well. Or for mine, I should say. I don't think I want to go through. I don't know, I might. I'll have to see how much white I got and see if I even got to worry about doing the bottom. But got some structural damage there. And then this will clean up real nice, but now we got a template to start our repair with. So where do we go? This is the bottom. And then just like that. You can see how much we're missing back here. Okay. So what I want to do, oh, you can't see nothing. My camera skills has been just awesome lately, haven't they? So I want to make a mark with where, oh, there you go, you can see now where this elevator is cut out at. So that'll give us a reference point putting this thing back together. And you can also kind of see it right here. So I feel it's pretty good there. So we got a former right here. We're just gonna cut all this off. This is all junk. We're not gonna deal with it. We're gonna just rebuild this whole tail section back here. And then we'll tie it back in up here. So, of course I didn't grab my big saw, I'll grab my little one. We've got a point right there where we can marks. We got a rough cut. And then we're gonna have to come up here to tie this back together. Because you want this thing to be nice and strong. Because this is definitely a weak spot right here. So. Okay, sorry about that. So, what was our measurement? 5 7/8. Okay. And then, where's our next former at? Oh, that's way the hell up there, so it doesn't matter a whole lot, but we do have a thick structure underneath here in the corners that if I'm careful I can save it. So we'll just go another 2 inches in front of that. So 5 6 7 7/8 will be our new okay. So I'm gonna grab some T-pins, all over there with the cauldron. What I'm going to do is line up my mark for where the fire this former's at, and then line this up. Okay. And that should be straight, because it's straight, you know, we measured it straight, right? And then this is where the other piece comes in. See, this is what we're recreating here, right? So this is a straight shot right off of there. So I'll take my pen and mark that angle into it. Okay. And then the other thing I want to do, before I get ahead of myself here, while I still got it pinned in place, mark where this is at. And then we got to remove that. And then I'm just going to line my mark here up with this. There's a new piece. Okay. We'll have to sand it a little bit because the top sheeting goes on top of this. And we have top sheeting on top of here. That looks like another 1/8 inch piece. So a little trick that I like to do is, we know that's the top of the fuse. We'll put this here. This is our 1/8 inch stock. Make our new mark. And that's going to be our cut line there for the new piece to go in. I'm going to do that on the bandsaw right here. Okay, so we got our new piece here. This is one side. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to cut this out. Okay. Let's see if she fits. Oh. Almost looks like we got, yeah, I need to clean. You know what I mean? I know you can't see it, but it's there, and it's just, here we go. It's the kind of glue you get in foamies. Yeah, yeah, R&Rs. Not knocking them. A lot of people don't have the patience to build anymore. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. And then I'll make another one here. Still got more to go. There. Oh, there we go. Can't get in there with that big thing, but I still think we have more glue or a little bit more wood in here. It snapped right in. Let's check our elevation here for the elevator. That looks pretty good to me. Oh. Keep forgetting this is the top wing. See, now that's going to be a nice strong repair. And then what we'll do is, there's a block back here. I don't know what the purpose of that is for. We'll cut this down on the bandsaw. Yeah. But we can measure from here to here on the rudder to get our width back here, make sure it's lined up. But we're ready to CA this all back together. So let's start with this side. Where's my CA at? Over there. You could come in here with epoxy if you wanted to, but I don't think it's that important on the few sides that we have epoxy in here. So I'm just going to use some medium gap filling CA here. And you could thin this in, you could place it in place and run thin. I like the gap filling because I think it's a bit stronger. Okay. I think we're pretty good so far. Well, you get the gist of that. So now we don't, the bottom doesn't get we'll make the top piece here to secure all this. Okay. And then we'll worry about cutting our slot after we start fitting the rudder back in there. And then we'll go to the bottom here. And since this will be all secure, we can put a piece of wood in here on the bottom. And we won't make it flush. We'll make it inside here, if that makes any sense. You'll see here in a minute. So I jumped ahead just a little bit. As you can see, I got the top sheeting in. I got some gaps to fill in here and there. Not a big deal. The rudder is not glued in right now. So I'm going to wait until I can get this whole thing covered. And that to, before I glue everything in place. But it's fitting pretty nice. And I'll add some tri-stock back here to everything to stiffen this area up as much as I possibly can. But being that this was built out 1/8" balsa wood, it really did save it. So the extra thickness of wood really did help it. So up next is landing gear repair. I do have the block for that. That got ripped out, so we'll just epoxy that back in together. And then I got to squeeze, and I'll probably have to remake that former right there because it's just too broken up. And I'm going to go ahead and add a hatch to the top for easier access to the fuel tank and stuff. So yeah, but anyways, she's coming along. We'll pick this up when I can work on it again. Alright, I have no idea where we're at in this video because this is taking far too long to get the rebuild done, but it took me, I don't know, what was it, like 2.5 weeks to get a roll of Ultra Coat here? Yikes. So anyways, I have gotten the fuselage covered here. We'll get that yellow off later. They also, if you're wondering what that spot is, they didn't put a clear cellophane wrapping around the covering when they shipped it. I'm pretty sure it came from A-Main. And they put the packing slip right on the damn covering, so I'm going to have to get some acetone or something to get that off. It's just a little bit of glue, but still, they could have ruined quite a bit of the covering material there that, we pay so much for. My displeasure with Ultra Coat is apparent in this video. So anyways, I got that done. I got the elevator laid out here to repair it. And I did get the other side of the elevator recovered because I stripped that off. I don't remember why. It must have been some kind of damage. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys a few minutes about repairing, in general and some of the things you should and shouldn't do. Now, this is the elevator half, and when he crashed it, obviously it got broken in half. I later discovered that while tearing the tail apart. But anyways, this is a piece of hardwood in here. Probably spruce or something, birch ply, something along those lines that they use for airline connector joint. And a lot of people would be tempted just to glue this back together. But if you notice, the horn goes here. So if you're going to rely on a glue joint to hold all of this over here, deflecting it the same, that could re-break in normal flight. So what I'm going to do is as you can see where it starts and ends here, I'm going to take this over to my scroll saw and cut all this out, and then I'll line it back up with the elevator halves, and I'll cut a new piece of spruce and put in there so it's all, there's no cracks in it, and we're not relying on just a single glue joint there. The other thing that I noticed is that the only thing that passes through here is a tail wheel wire, which, where is my tail? My rudder, it's here somewhere. There it is. So anyways, that passes through here. So I may, this doesn't really give me any additional strength. So once I put the rudder on there, we'll figure it out. But I'm not going to put that in there and right away, because it should be right in here. Right? So I'm going to make the circle here for the pass-through to the elevator a lot smaller, and I'm going to cut it to fit. Don't need that big. Don't need that big of a pass-through. So that way it's a little stronger, because that's what part of what the weakness was right there. So we'll make it a little stronger. I'll cut all this out, and then we'll start fresh again. So just keep that in mind when you're repairing these things, that not every joint should be just glued back together. It should be monocoat, should be or the covering should be removed, and really inspect the area to see. Now this would fit back together just fine. You could line it all up and put some CA in there and hope for the best, or do what I'm going to do and make this strong in one piece again. So I'm also going to replace wherever it's at here. I'm also going to go ahead and replace this horn. This plane is pretty old and the bolts are rusty, and I'm scared that this has lost its nylon, that it could crack. Yeah, it's awfully stiff. So you want to be able to move these things around a little bit, so that could crack in flight. And again, it's elevators, so you want to make sure everything's 100% when you go back together. So keep that in mind. If this broke and nothing else broke, if that's a chance, you could cut the CA hinges off and just remove this, and then strip the covering back. There's not much covering material here to replace, and Is I am just going to call this part one of this series. I was hoping to get this video all done, or this repair done all at once, but the video is getting too long, so I'm gonna stop this here, and then I will pick back up where I'm at. I did get the elevator put back together. Did not cover it yet. I'll probably do that off camera. Hopefully in the next video we can wrap this thing up. I don't really have that much more to do to it. All the repairs have been done for the most part. So anyways, it's just going to be about going through it, updating it, getting control rods in it, and setting the wing up, because the wing is brand new. So I got to put servos in it, I got to hinge it, and linkages and all that with the flaps and the ailerons. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit of cut and paste here and there, but you got to realize that this video has been going on for, oh God, probably 2 months now. So it's taking a lot longer to get parts and stuff in. So hopefully we can finish this up soon and get this plane back to Mark. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.